How are you in terms of being neat and organized versus kind of more laid back?
I've gotten more disorganized over the years.
And is that fine? Or does it bother you?
No, it bothers me. It's like something I'm pushing against, but can't seem to overcome.
Okay. If you're irritable, upset, anxious, depressed, and someone, say the right person, a good friend or close family member, tries to keep you company, make you feel better, give you some consolation, does that make you feel better or worse? Do you prefer it, or would you rather just be left alone?
I'd say I prefer it.
Yeah?
Accepting of it, yeah.
And it does make you feel better?
Sure.
Yeah. A little or a lot?
I'd say a lot.
Okay. And how are you with that? Like if someone's not doing well, are you, is that easy for you to help out, or does it feel like, do you feel like it affects you a lot, it makes you upset also?
Not so much. I always offer my help, but I'm not as I don't know. I have friends that demand that they let me, let them help, or I never push it that hard.
Yeah, if you see someone who's suffering, a person, an animal, whatever, does it upset you? Does it really, do you feel like you take on the other people's emotions or pain, or you're okay?
I'm kind of okay with it.
Any issues with drugs or alcohol?
Alcohol, yes. Illegal drugs, no, not so much of a fan. Prescription drugs, the ones that have prescribed to me.
You're talking, do you feel, are you using them as prescribed or in excess of?
No, as prescribed.
Okay. What ones are of concern?
I just generally don't like them, but
Mhm.
it's kind of, if I want to sleep, I have to take Xanax or Ambien to get to sleep.
Right.
And sometimes I will have, alcohol with them because it intensifies the effect.
Are you using the alcohol more just to self-medicate in order to sleep, or are there other motivations?
To sleep, to relax. I really, as far as drinking goes, only drink at night. I rarely will have a drink during the day, because I just don't like the feeling of it. So it's usually, self-medicate at night to relax with, and then it makes sleeping a lot easier.
Okay. How long have you been doing that?
Probably, well, lately the last 3 years, 5 years, 5 years.
Okay. And how many did you have at night usually?
Drinks? 4 to 6 beers or a glass of wine.
Okay. Okay, anything else you feel like we haven't talked about, haven't addressed?
On the whole thing?
Yeah. Just, yeah, everything.
Allergies. I usually have this redness in my eyes, or usually redder than. This is how they usually are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I get the burning under the eyelids.
Both of them?
Both of them. Sneezing. Sneeze at least 7, 8 times a day, sometimes 15 times a day. Usually in bursts of 3 to 5. Once they start going, I can't stop.
Mm-hmm.
And then generally we will get hay fever pretty bad when that happens. So I'll take Claritin or one of those medications to kind of get through each season.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more about the burning under your eyelids.
It's well, I know to look there from going to the eye doctor when I had some bad allergic reactions, or just allergies. So I usually can tell by looking underneath if it's how red it is.
And it's the lower one? Or the upper?
I never look at the upper one.
And are there factors that seem to make that better or worse? Time of day, night, year, anything at all?
No. It tends to just kind of, sometimes it'll flare up for a few weeks and then sometimes it'll calm down, but for the most part it's there.
Okay. Weather, sun, anything, nothing really, reading versus not, nothing really seems to make it much different.
No.
And same thing with the redness, anything?
No, nothing. I could say I know of that factors into it.
What's that?
I know of anything.
Yeah, okay.
That's
Yeah, let me take a
causing
look.
it.
Look that way, and then that way. How often you get panic attacks as well?
No.
You don't?
Not sure.
Okay.
Okay.
And you get cold sores?
Yes.
Where do you get them?
Yes.
One side or the other, more than the other? Or?
No. Not very often, maybe 2-3 times a year.
Mm-hmm. And it could be, it's not specifically upper or lower or one side versus the other, it could be anywhere? Or is it always one side or upper or lower?
No.
Anywhere on the lips, basically?
Yeah. Random.
And the stomach pain, you still get ulcers or?
No. I haven't gotten those in.
So you said before, going back to the anxiety and depression, you kind of always had it. Did it get significantly worse after the divorce and the job loss?
Yes.
Okay. What was, and we talked briefly about the divorce, but what were some of the more difficult parts of the divorce, the job loss, the emotions that went with it?
There's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of work to be done, so I was constantly working on these things. A financial burden and worries and organizing things. It was generally, unhappy time.
What emotion do you feel like was dominating at that time? Or emotions?
During it, I'd say I was fairly calm about it because I knew it was going to be a long, difficult process, which bigger things like that tend to be easier for me to handle. So it was just a matter of getting through it, but the getting through it took months.
Was there a particular emotion or several that were the most prominent around that time?
No, there was certainly anger. That was really it.
Mostly anger.
Persecution, certainly. People were after me for things.
And how did that make you feel in particular? What was your response?
Anger, really. It was more a feeling of bad luck. Why did this happen to me?